Hi, I'm Scott from Mobile Screen Service in Orange County. What I wanted to demonstrate to you is if you ever are in the unfortunate situation where somebody runs into your disappearing screen door, or you yourself run into your disappearing screen door, you can repair this on your own without having to call us out for a service call. Now, you can call us for a service call, that's no problem. We can do a repair on it. If the screening fabric is not too damaged, we can a lot of times repair it and get it fixed up. If it is very damaged, then we can put a complete new screening coil in here, reset the springs, get everything set up so that it all rolls just like a brand new door. So no worries if you have that type of situation. But what I wanted to try and do is show you how you can repair one of these on your own. Now, one of the telltale signs that somebody has run into it is if you see that it's got this kind of tilt to it, where somebody has run into it, it's got a wrinkle in it. This is a good sign that something has happened. Now, a lot of times a kid or a neighbor may run into your disappearing screen and they don't admit it to you. That's a problem, because when that happens, a wrinkle gets put into the mesh and it gets sealed inside the canister here. Nonetheless, I'll show you how we can get these fixed. Best thing to do is to fix it as soon as possible, as soon as you know that it's there. The longer that you leave the crease in here, the more permanent it becomes on the screening mesh. Okay, let's begin here. You'll notice that the first thing I do is I have 1 foot inside the home and I have 1 foot outside the home on either side of the threshold. Okay, that's because this is a spring-loaded mechanism and I need to hold it in place so that it does not go retracting back on its own. So I'm going to pull it out, and you'll see as I pull it out, see this wrinkling? The only way that this wrinkling can happen is somebody has run into the door. Okay? This door is designed on purpose to be loose on the top. You see this, how I can pull that right out of there? And then by the same token, I can also tuck it back in. Down here at the bottom, you'll notice the same thing. The door is loose in the screening. That's because it's a safety, so if anybody ever does run into it, it is repairable. So, most important thing, pull it out, pinch the pull bar between your legs to hold it here, and then you'll start to pull on the material. And what we want to do is we want to pull this all the way until that wrinkle stops. And it looks like right here and right here, it looks like that's the end of it. You also want to peek up and down the mesh here and see if there's any other wrinkles that have been put into it. But the important thing is to pull it out until that wrinkle has stopped. Now I'm going to work my hands over to where that wrinkle has begun, and because it's spring-loaded, as I start to release a little bit, it's going to fold back in there. Sometimes this is easier with 2 people doing it, but if you're just there by yourself, you can do it. Remember, even if you put another wrinkle in it, as you release it back into the canister, you can always pull it back out again and give it another shot. Okay? So you can't really cause any damage as long as you're slow and careful. Take your time, tuck things back in. Okay, I'm going to gently let this go back in and then pull it across. Now, as you pull this back and forth, it will reset itself and tuck itself back into the bottom track unless there's a really bad wrinkle still in it. Now, this one here, the wrinkle was only set in for about 15 minutes. So it actually is very kind of light, and it'll be easy for this to, this will kind of come out on its own on a nice sunny hot day. That'll come out. However, if you still have a wrinkle when you pull it across that's stuck inside here, there's extra screening in here. Just remember, you'll need to step in here like this and continue to pull that fabric out until you get to the end of that wrinkle. If there is any remaining wrinkle in here, let me show you what we do. We take a hair dryer, and I'm going to hold this over it as tight as I can. Get the hair dryer going, and you want to apply heat to the wrinkled area, and what it'll do is it'll slowly just make the fabric completely smooth out and become even. Check the top, make sure there's no wrinkling on the top. Check the bottom. But with this hair dryer and a little bit of patience, you can do your own repair to your disappearing screen. By all means, if this doesn't do the trick, give us a call and we'll be reasonable with you. We'll come up with a solution.